All right, now this video might be a little gross. I'm going to show you the ins and outs. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. So this is the litter bots as they have been used. So if you're squeamish, turn away. But come on, you got pets. You see this stuff all the time. So I'm just going to show you some stuff. Just put your food down, or if you're that type of person, eat. I don't know. All right, what's up everybody? It's been about 4 months since I got my M1 Neakasa. I have a video where I unboxed it and set it up. Go check it out. But this one is comparing it to the Litter Robot 4. Which one do I like better? The M1 Neakasa, if I'm saying that right, or the Litter Robot 4? Now a little background, I have had the Litter Robot since they first came out around 2000. So I've had the Litter Robot 1 all the way up to the Litter Robot 4. I probably owned about 6 of the Litter Robot 1s and 2s. And then I've owned about 2 of the Litter Robot 3s. And I've have one Litter Robot 4, but I have another one on the ground because I had issues with it. So I'm no stranger to the Litter Robot or other auto litter cleaners. So what is my end result here? It might surprise you. It might surprise you, but let's dig into it. All right, first let's talk about the lining of both boxes. And as I said, these have been used. They were cleaned a couple days ago, but this is what you're going to see out of normal use. So I don't want to have it super clean and then show, oh, look, it's beautiful. All right, the Litter Robot 4 has this bladder, you can see. And I'll be honest, I've never liked them from Litter Robot 1 and on. I don't know what the material is made of, but it just sticks. And it's not just me, because ever since Litter Robot 1, people have been trying to do things to make these not stick as much. And some people were even putting like Pam on it, that spray you use for cooking. And then even in the forums, they said, don't do that because that could deteriorate the lining. I've never done anything like that, but I want to. This is, I don't know if you can see this, but this is just after a couple days of use. There's stuff stuck on there. There's stuff, because as this rotates around, sometimes the litter doesn't get it all. Sometimes it does. We've tried every litter on the market, so it's not the litter. It just rotates and it doesn't slide off easy. And look at that. That is disgusting. Like I said, it is gross. And even on the side here, you can see this has been since Litter Robot 1. I've literally emailed them through every Litter Robot I've had and said, you guys need to fix your liner, have a better liner, and just make it plastic. So that I've never been a fan of. And to prove my point, here's my other Litter Robot 4 that actually stopped working. And look at this. It's already pulling up. You can see it's tearing. Not as much scraping, but I mean, we've only used this one for like a month and it's already got wear and tear on it. So again, I'm not a big fan of this bladder that they use. All right, so now here I've only had this 4 months. And again, this has been used by multiple cats. So this isn't like we just cleaned it at all. And yes, there is some stuff, but you can see with this litter, it's much wider and I think it's deeper, and I'll go into that. It just gives the cat more room. There's less room for them to make a mistake. They can sit better. And then since this is open, you see there's not much, there's no like smearing going on here. And the cats are using this box like crazy. And even if there is smearing, what's great about this is, you just take your rag and do that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So this liner starts, it's more like right there. I don't know how long it'll hold up. Again, it's been 4 months, but so far, you got this nice plastic here that's real easy to clean. And then you have your liner, but that liner's full of litter. So I got to give it to, right now, the M1 Neakasa on the inner lining. All right, let's go into point number 2. And point number 2 is spot cleaning, because that's related to the opening and the liner. So let's get into that. All right, with spot cleaning, because you want to spot clean it daily or every other day, or when there's a mess. You're not going to take it out and hose it down every day. So you want to be able to spot clean. Now, they're both fairly easy. What again with this is you have an entire globe, so you can see it smears a lot, and you got to use the right cleaner. You don't want to deteriorate the liner. So, but you can get in here and you can scrape all this off. again, it gets, I don't know what it is here, but it's really tough to get off every time. But again, there's a lot more to spot clean in here. Let's go look at this one, the M1 Neakasa. Spot cleaning, I mean, you can literally just walk by it and spot clean it. That's done. The open top makes it so easy to spot clean. And just the liner itself, I just don't get as much smearing going on because I guess there's more litter. I don't know, or maybe this is just better material to make things slide off better. So spot cleaning on this is a breeze. So look how clean this one is again. I'm sorry, but look how clean. And look at that one. It's just disgusting. And again, so you're going to do more spot cleaning in here because of the inside lining and bladder. And it's going to be a little more difficult when it's on the ground versus this. It's running about the same amount of time since cleans, and it's really nice. So what's the third point to compare these two with? And I think this is, in addition to the inside bladder lining and being able to keep things clean, this is the most important one to me that I've noticed. And the third point is actually the litter area. Like they both have big openings in the front or the top, but what kind of litter usage, I don't know what the heck I'm even trying to say here. So what I mean is like, well, let's just take a look, all right? Because I'm doing a terrible job. All right, so let's look at the Litter Robot 4. The opening's quite large. You got 16, so that's a nice opening. However, when you get inside the litter, and let me aim this down a little bit. All right, so that's your area for the litter. It's a 12-inch radius circle. I don't know if that's enough. I see the cats, like you can see, the middle is great, but then it starts to get narrow around these sides. So they'll sit here, and that's why they go there. They'll sit there, and that's why they go there, and they sit there, and that's why they go there. I mean, you have to be like over here, like sitting out front and have your cat butt there, the furry little cat butt right in the center. And it just doesn't happen. As you can see some of the spray. And now the depth is what is also bothering me a little bit, and this always has. I mean, it's not bad. We're at 2 inches. So we have about 2-inch depth in the middle, and then it's getting less. Like, look at that. We're not even at an inch depth over here, obviously, and not even in, I mean, that barely registers. So let's just say a 1/4 inch from the edge to 2 inch in the middle. Problem is they'll pee on the edges in here, and then the pee will seep down through the litter no matter how fast your clumping litter is. And sometimes it'll just stick to the bottom. But the problem is it's on the bottom, so you don't see it until you finally empty all this and clean it. And that's why I think sometimes when it goes around the circle, it smears because the bottom stuff hasn't dried all the way. Yes, you can set the timer on how long you want it to lay before it spins, but how about we fix the problem? There's a giant opening. There should be a bigger litter area. All right, now let's look at the M1. And I do love the open design. I mean, there's no... There's nothing to smear on the top. I love it. But the cats like it too. So we're at 16 3/4, where the Litter Robot usable opening was about 15 3/4 after I remeasured it. And this one we're looking at 16, and again, Litter Robot 15 3/4. So a little wider by an inch, just a little taller, 3/4 or so of an inch. All right, so looking at the usable litter area, I think it's just having it more like oval shaped also gives the cat more area. If they sit here, there's more area, and it's without having this circle, it just stays like a nice area they can go no matter where they sit. So we're looking at about, and I could put a little more litter in, but we're looking about 16.5 inches wide of litter space, and depth, or don't eat the litter, and about 13.5 inches that way. And let's check the depth. So we're about 2.5 inches in the middle, and this is going to come up a little bit. Let's see where we're at. We're almost 2 inches at the ends, and I can put a little more litter in there. So there's a lot more depth long ways than in the Litter Robot. So I like this because what that does is it gives us more, like, look at that. I can go down. That gives us a lot more litter area. I don't get much stuff sticking to the bottom, if any. Now let's go back over here, and you can just see the difference. So litter area, usable litter area and depth, I'm giving it to the M1 Neakasa all day long. Okay, so the size of the waste bin is equal enough. This is the M1 This is the M1 Neakasa here, and this is the Litter Robot 4. Both easy to take out, both easy to clean. The size of the waste bin is not a deciding factor. All right, I think we're on point 4. I'm not even sure how many points I got or how many points I did, but what's the point? I mean, that's not the point. So anyway, let's go to point 4, I believe, and let's talk about cleanliness for your cat entering the box. That's important, right? Because you pet your cat. The cat jumps on your couch, jumps on your bed. You don't want a nasty cat. So let's see what cleanliness has for these two. Again, spot clean it, whatever. But when you get certain messes, or it's been a couple days, and you get something that looks, again, sorry, I keep saying again, but again, if you get something that looks like this, because this lining is 360 and it smears because of the lining and the fact that I just don't think the litter area is quite large enough. Well, guess what happens? Your cat walks in here, and then there's stuff there, there's stuff here, there's stuff here, there's stuff there, there's stuff above them hitting their ears, there's stuff over there hitting their other ear. Again, yes, spot clean it, but I can't spot clean this every 3 hours. I want this to go, like they said, go without days. So your cat walks in, finds his spot, and since it's a smaller area, I've seen them move around trying to get their butt in the right spot. Well, they're hitting all this. And I am going to clean this now, but this happens all the time. It's not just this one case. So I always worry that this stuff's hitting them in the face and the ear, and then I go pet them, and now I got cat poop on me. All right. So I'm not a big fan of that, and I haven't been a big fan of this since Litter Robot 1. Again, this is not new to the Litter Robot. It's always been the case. Now we go to the M1. Well, it's not a hooded one. So they can sit here and their ears and their heads not hitting any sides of anything that's going to rub off on them and get nasty like it would over there. So cleanliness, I like the cats walking in this one and walking out. And I can spot clean this one so much easier. I can just literally walk by and go, oh, there's something, and just do that. Because I can see the whole thing, and I can just reach in. Over here, when you're above it, like when it's on the ground, you don't see everything. So you have to like get down, and then it's a big cleaning. This always seems like a much more spot cleaning than this one ever is. So for cleanliness of the cats, being able to just get in and out when I don't have time to clean it every 3 hours, I gotta give it to the M1 again. I can't even remember what point we're on. I think we're on point 5. All right, point 5. I think we're on point 5. And if we are, it's the big one. Anyway, cleaning. I'm talking deep cleaning. I'm talking the kind where you take it apart and you take it outside and you use the hose and clean it out. Now you can use your bathtub. I mean, I'm sure you're making that messy enough. I don't know that you need to throw litter into the party. But if you can go outside or a stationary tub in your laundry room, it's better. But which one's easier to clean? Which one do you look forward to cleaning? Spoiler alert, neither one. You don't want to, no one likes cleaning these things. But if they're easier to clean, then you look less forward, you less look forward, you hesitate less, you don't mind as much. And if you don't mind as much, you'll clean it more. So this is an important one. You want it easy to clean. So I'm going to do it. I'm not going to clean it all. I'm just going to show you like steps, like, you know, like one of those 80s montage. Hey, and 3 seconds later, they're both clean, like, because I'm super fast at it. All right, let's get into it. Cleaning these, first you got to empty the litter on both, and they're both straightforward. They both emptied about the same time, so speed-wise, you're looking at the same. For the Litter Robot 4, you have to take this piece off. But it's pretty easy. You just punch this in on both sides, and you pull this out, and you can see, you know, it's a little flimsy. And then when you do that, you have the globe exposed for you. I exposed the globe. And then you can turn this around. You know, you just, here's the carbon. That's the carbon I was saying. You can put some carbon filter in there to help control the odor, which is nice. I do like that. And then you just take the globe out. The M1 is just as simple, if not even easier. I'll show you this. I don't know if you can see this, but this handle, you just lift up. There's a piece in here, you just lift that up. Take it off. Same with the other side. And you take it off. You want to make sure that when you put it back, it could get tricky. You want the small circle on the right side if you're looking at it. And then that's it. All right, so for cleaning the globe, we'll do that outside. But for cleaning the actual other components, for the Liitter Robot 4, you're going to want to clean under where the tray is because there is a bottom here. Litter will get thrown around there a little bit, so you want to get that out. There are some wires there, so just wipe stuff down, make sure it's clean. Make sure you clean the outer globe area, and you especially want to make sure you clean, like you just want to use a soft cloth, maybe microfiber, on the sensors or lasers, because if they get dirty, if the cycle could stop. You'll also want to clean inside this globe. You can see there's gears there, and there's a little bit of litter inside those little cubby holes. And then if you turn around, you have these seals here, and they get a little dirty, and clean that. I'm missing the seal over here. And then you have some more nooks and crannies to get, you know, get some litter out. And then again, clean all around the globe, the sides, and you could be done. There are some wires exposed, so be careful of those wires when you're cleaning. Now onto the M1 Neakasa. Honestly, I don't think it could be easier. I really don't. There isn't a bottom, so I don't have to worry about cleaning the bottom. I may want to wipe the tray under here and that just to keep things clean. But as far as the top, I mean, that's it. You're looking at it. So all I have to do is just get a nice rag, clean all that down, maybe vacuum up that little bit of litter that's there, clean this. And I really haven't had any litter or anything on these arms, but I still wipe them down, and you can see that's that. So I mean, that's it. All you gotta do. So cleaning that's super easy, and that's not hard, but again, you have more nooks and crannies, you have more gears, you have some wires out, so you're gonna spend a little more time. So cleaning the actual equipment, I am giving it to M1. Now, let's clean the globes. All right, just bring you some sort of brush and a hose and get cleaning. Whew, it's hot out there, and I'm wearing not Florida-y stuff. It's all right. So we're gonna let those globes dry. I might wipe down the interiors, and we'll come back and put it all together and give you my verdict. All right, my better half went shopping. She doesn't even know what I'm doing here. But when she gets back, I'm just gonna, out of the blue, ask her Liitter Robot 4 or M1 Neakasa. I heard the car door, so let's go out and ask. And there she comes walking up the driveway. I'm gonna ask one simple question out of the blue. All right. She's shorter, so I gotta get down here. Liitter Robot 4 or M1 Neakasa?
Neakasa.
Any reason why off the top of your head?
Because it's easier for the cats to get in and out of and easier to clean.
You heard it, folks, and she's got groceries in her hand. So yeah, this is just out of the blue. And she's been using the Liitter Robot since she's been with me.
I've been using the Liitter Robot.
But you've been using it since you've been with me about 9-10 years.
The cats have been using it, not me.
Oh, well, I sneak in sometimes. But you get my point. It's the only robot we've used, and nothing else has taken its place. But we might have a contender here. We might have a contender. Contender, don't be a pretender. I like the way you... No, I can't say that. All right. Let's just let it continue to dry, and we'll clean, and we'll put it all back. So let's sum this up. I went through my main points, showed you both, went through some pros and cons of each, even cleaned the dang things for y'all. And in the end, which one do I like? And it is important to remember, I've been a fan of Liitter Robot 1 through 4 since the 2000s. I've probably owned 8 of them. I have another one down there. And every other automatic litter box I tried just couldn't make me switch out for the litter robot. It's always been the one on top. Despite the cons, it had enough pros. Then this thing comes out on my feed and I'm like, what's this? I guess I'll try it. It was a good price for early purchasers. So I figured I'd buy one, give it a shot, probably never use it, and go back to Litter Robot 4. I used it. It's been 4 months. I showed you what I like about it, showed you what I don't. But in the end, I need to buy another litter robot. Or an automatic robot, I should say. I keep calling them litter robots, but any robot, I call it litter robot. Which one will I buy? Will I get another one of these? Or get another one of these? Well, I've been with litter robot since 2000. I worked through the quirks of it. This I've tried for 4 months. I like it. I think if I have to buy another one, which I will, guess I'm going to have to go with the... Sorry litter robot. I gotta go with the M1 Neakasa for all the points I mentioned. And I wish I would have bought 2 or 3 of these during the early access pricing. I mean, they're not that bad now. It's comparable to any really good automatic litter box. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of these, another one of these, and they just might have switched me off the Whisker's litter robot here. They need to fix some of the points I mentioned, but they have some competition now. So all I can really say in the end is they're both really good. They're the 2 best automatic litter robots I've ever used. I just prefer this one now. So yeah, I got to set these back up because the whole time I've been doing this video, cats ain't got nothing to go in.